All right, well, welcome everyone to another Sabrewing Nature Tours virtual program. We are really glad to have you here tonight. We're very excited about our guest for the evening, coming to us from Panama, Carlos Bethancourt. Very glad to have him here tonight. We've been having a lot of fun having our guides that we work with from around the world onto the calls, and being able to get Panama onto the list here is very exciting, as it's one of my absolute favorite places to travel. I've been traveling down there many times and going to all of the Canopy family properties, as well as places throughout other parts of Panama. And we just couldn't be more excited to be able to get Carlos on here tonight. Still letting a few people in here as well. Lots of people running a couple minutes late that we're letting jump in here. But I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and turn it over to Carlos to tell us all about Panama.
Hello, thank you so much for being here tonight, and thank you, Rob, thank you, Sabrewing, for this invitation. It is my pleasure to present and share with you guys a little bit about Panama, about my country, about the birds, about the wildlife, and Sabrewing Nature Tour. We have been working together for many years now in Panama. So I want to just share my screen with you guys, and there we go. Here. All right, everybody, you see this? Okay. Everybody see my, okay, good. All right. So Panama birds, Canopy family. So we have three lodges in Panama. One is the Canopy Tower, which is used to be old Rita Tower, recycled into a lodge. The Canopy Lodge in the Anton Valley, so different habitat. And then we have the Canopy Camp in the Darién lowland, which is more of a different style, more of a safari style tent. So these are the three locations we normally visit with the Sabrewing Nature Tour normally visit when they come to Panama. So here we are. So show you here. The Canopy Tower is located in central Panama in the Soberanía National Park, which is about 50,000 acres of protected land. And one of the important things about this area is that the Panama Canal is right there. You can see the Panama Canal runs through here, and that's it's very important to protect all the forests around the Canal Zone. On the west part of the country, in the Canopy Province, we have the Canopy Lodge, and then in the east part of the country is the Canopy Camp in Darién. So this is a Canopy Tower. It was what, 2014, I think. I can see that yellow hat back there. You see that yellow hat and the scope back there. This is when Rob and Stephanie came to Panama to check everything, and we have been friends ever since. Actually, we were in Ohio though, and then Rob promised to come to Panama, and we'll tell you more about it later. But here we are on the observation deck, and here is the Soberanía National Park. So the Soberanía National Park was one of the first area that turned back to Panama with the Torrijos-Carter treaties. That's why it's called Soberanía, which means sovereignty. It's about 15 miles from Panama City. So in about 20-25 minutes, you're right in the national forest, and about 45 minutes from the international airport. So it's quite close, and a beautiful forest in there. This is what the Canopy Tower used to be. Old Raider Tower, almost with no windows, and recycled into what it is today, into a lodge. Very happy. I've been here for the last 20 years. The Canopy Tower is amazing. When you think about it, it's like, wow, really have been 20 years. It's been so much fun and great to be in this place and meeting a number of people from all over the world. So it's a really nice spot. So here's Raul Arias, who is the person who found the Canopy family. And Raul is the person who had the idea of transforming the Canopy Tower what it is today. That metal building, military building, into what it is today. And the Canopy Tower was built by the US government. And the main purpose for it was to protect, it's a powerful radar tower to protect the Panama Canal. And then later on pass to Panama. And then Raul had the idea of transforming it into a tower. So it's been a really, really great adventure actually throughout the last 20 years. And I'm looking for more years ahead. So hawk migration is one of the beautiful things to watch from the Canopy Tower. And 20 years ago, I was hired by Raul to do a hawk migration surveying. So it's supposed to be 30 days. So 20 years later, I'm still here. So yeah, so I was hired to do that hawk migration count. And let me tell you, I love every year when we had this hawk migration in October and November, and I see these thousands of raptor growing through. I just get, we call it in Spanish, we say chicken skins, but I know it's goosebump. But look here, this was about a week ago, 2 weeks, about, well, 8 days ago. We have these massive raptors of broadwing hawk and mainly Swayzons actually, who landed around the Canopy Tower. And I was scanning with my telescope and I could see just raptor everywhere, everywhere, you know. And my friend from Panama Audubon, they went to the tower on the next day to see the raptor when they were, you know, flying and living. It was an amazing thing. So this is my backyard. This is the part of the Soberanía National Park. The Canopy Tower, one of the nicest things is that you're right on top to look at canopy birds. So early morning, you know, get up early morning, go up to the observation deck with a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, I drink tea. I know my family think I'm weird because I'm Panamanian and I don't drink coffee. So, but I drink tea. So go up on top and then have a nice cup of tea or coffee and start looking for birds. So some of the birds that we get there, and the Soberanía National Park, the broad-billed mudmont was a photo that is on here. Is one, this picture was taken right out from the Canopy Tower. And the whooping mudmont was taken down by the Summit Ponds, which is very close, about 6 minutes from the Canopy Tower. So mudmonts are really beautiful and a great bird to see from the canopy. The alarm clock for the morning, the mantle howler monkey. So pretty much every morning you will hear them, or in the evening, you know, and they make this loud call. So you can hear that, you know, if you heard that for the first time, it can be intimidating. You know, it can be really intimidating. We have some, recently we have been doing a lot of maintenance of the Canopy Tower and doing some mood grade and doing a few things. And we had this plumber who came in to do some work, and then he heard this howler monkey, and you had to see his face. He was so scared. And then he thought that the monkey was dangerous. They had to go and explain the whole thing, that they're a vegetarian. They just use their voice to intimidate, you know, other troops, but, you know, they're not going to do anything to him, you know. So yeah, amazing. Some of the birds that we get to see from the canopy, like this beautiful green honey creeper. These birds are almost every day around the Canopy Tower, especially if the cecropia trees are fruiting. Cecropia trees can be are very important for wildlife. Kill-billed toucan, another beautiful bird that we can see from the Canopy Tower. This bird, you know, they make this call, sound like this, almost like a frog, but beautiful bird. Our black-breasted puffbird. This is the northernmost range for this species. It makes this call. You can hear it almost every day too from the tower. I made this. Yeah, beautiful. I adding only photos because sometimes with the Zoom meeting, you put video, they kind of slow down. So you have to put up with me whistling and showing the birds. And garter trogon. This one was about a month ago. I've been, one of the things about this whole pandemic thing that I love is that I have spent a lot more time with my family. And the second thing is that I have been able just to stay at the Canopy Tower and basically have the tower for myself. So the birds are really nice and easy. The windows, so from the Canopy Tower, this garter trogon, it was early morning. I got up and it was just sitting up in the cicrope tree. And look at this beautiful bird. This is a digiscoping picture that I took using my iPhone and the telescope. And this guy, the black hawk eagle. It was last Wednesday. I went up to the tower, Thursday, sorry, last Thursday. I went up to the tower to get my telescope, and this black hawk eagle I just heard it calling. I just whistled back, and the bird landed basically right in front of me. I was down in the parking lot, so I had to go all the way up to the kitchen window, and that's when I got this photo from the kitchen window. But this is a bird that you can hear almost every day, but it doesn't respond. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna whistle, just gonna whistle just for fun, and then the bird just landed. Beautiful, beautiful black hawk eagle. Look at those legs. Hawk eagles are one of my favorite birds. Actually, I have an old truck, which the name is Hawk Eagle. Cinnamon woodpecker. Very distinctive call, and this one that comes right from the Canopy Tower too. One of the advantages of being at the tower is that all these canopy species you can easily see it at eye level, and every day is different. This guy is not that easy. That is one that we hope to see while we are at the tower, the green shrike vireo, and you can hear this bird. And I'm always hoping to see it the first day, because otherwise it will drive you crazy every single day when you hear this call. And this picture was taken by my friend Rafael Lau, a Panamanian photographer. Look at the blue nape here on this green shrike vireo, and they have a nice yellow throat as well. Another signature bird of the Canopy Tower is the blue cotinga. And this bird is a canopy bird, and is one of those species that love fruiting trees. It's a fruit eaters. So cicrope trees, we have another one called aguacatillo or sigua blanca. Those are the fruit. When they're fruiting, there are high chances that we will see a blue cotinga in the area. So look at this male, electric blue color. They don't make any sound. Well, they make sound with their wings, and a very tiny little call. It's hard to hear. And this guy, talk about camouflage. This is the Rufous nightjar. Rufous nightjar is a bird that we see during the dry season and around the summit ponds. And then we have a contest with the guy every year to see who is the first one who found this Rufous nightjar. And this one was in March, actually just before the lockdown. I was able to locate this Rufous nightjar at the summit pond. And all the guys that went there earlier, Alex and Iwa, Jorge, they were looking for it. We were looking on the ground, but it was sitting on the branch for the whole time there. And it made this call. Nice. Okay, and then see here. Talk about camouflage. Look at this bird. They mimic the branch. We have two types of putu in the area: the great putu and this one, the common putu, which is more brown color. Look at the big mouth, but very tiny little bill. This bird, they have a beautiful. I think they have a beautiful call. It sounds like this. Yeah, I love that call. But in my the place where I grew up, if you heard this bird calling, that means that somebody's gonna die. Of course, some people believe that, and they, 2 years later, somebody died, and they say, "Oh, that was the bird that was calling." Let's get to the next one. Here is mottled owl. That was during the global big day. We have this model owl calling right outside the Canopy Tower. It took me almost an hour to find it. This bird, it calls almost every night, but it's not easy to locate. And it makes this call. Woo, 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 woo. So it's nice to see it. And this guy, the Choco screech owl, is another bird that we hope to see when we do our night drive or night walk from the Canopy Tower. We used to call it owling, and we changed the name to night drive because you never know. Sometimes you don't see anything, but you got to try at least. And this Choco screech owl, it made this call. And when we post this picture on social media, actually people start asking if the owl have like something on his guard there, but it's not, it's just the part of the tree actually. But this is a nice little tiny bird and beautiful, good view actually. And I got this nice photo too. Another mammals, that we get around the Canopy Tower almost every day is the Geoffroy's tamarin. Geoffroy's tamarins are near endemic, Panama and Colombia only. If you look carefully into the eyes, you can see the reflection of the Canopy Tower actually. If you look in the eye there. And they come and we put banana out, we hang banana out at night for the kinkajou or the olingo. And then the olingo do not come, or the kinkajou do not come every night. So the tamarin monkey knows that there's banana in the morning if the kinkajou didn't come. And they come pretty much every day almost now to the tower. This is one of the rooms. We have no TVs, but we have big windows. So have your binoculars handy and your camera handy because you never know what's gonna show up. This is one of the regular room. The other one was the Blue Cotinga suite. And this is more of the regular room. And they are built, by the shape of the tower. So they're very comfortable, hot water, cold water, a nice area there. Another area that we visit during the tour with Sabrewing is called Cerro Azul. It's one of the beautiful spots in the foothill of the eastern part of the country, just above the airport, with the different species, like this beautiful speckled tanager. We also visit the famous Pipeline Road. Pipeline Road is one of those places that have a high number of bird species in 24 hours that have been counted in 24 hours with the Christmas bird count. About 300 species that have been recorded, over 300 species have been recorded here in this area. And some of the birds that we hope to see when we are on the Pipeline Road is the antbirds. And this is one of the favorite one, the ocellated antbird. You can hopefully, when we go to the Pipeline Road, we're looking or listening for army ant swarm. So when we say we're listening for army ant swarm, it's listening for the bird calling, like bicolours and the ocellated antbird. And this will make this high call. So it's a nice and beautiful bird. White whisker puffbird is not a strictly ant follower, but it is one of those birds that if there is an ant swarm nearby, they will go and join the army ants, the antbirds. And one of the beautiful things about these antbirds, the ant swarm, is that when the ants are hunting, they're hunting for everything that moves in the forest: cockroach, grasshopper, little snakes, everything. So these insects are trying to escape from the army ants. So that's when that's what the birds start eating, the thing they're trying to escape. So they're not very aware of that our presence. They're not worried about us. They're worried about competing and getting food. So it's a really good opportunity for photos. Another bird that could be found in the mixed flocks, or also in an army ant swarm, is this beautiful plain synops. Look at this beautiful, look at the bill shape of the bill in there. This photo was by my friend Rafael Lau too. One of the other birds that we hope to see when we are on the Pipeline Road is the streak-chested ant pita. It's a bird that is quite common by call, but not easy to see. It takes a while. You have to be patient, but it's just once you see it, it's just an amazing view. It makes this call. And when he makes the call, he pops, he put his belly up, and then get skinny again and look like a egg with leg. Amazing. Hummingbirds. Talk about hummingbirds. We have some beautiful hummingbirds in Panama, like this beautiful crown woodnymph. It used to be called violet crown woodnymph, and now is called the crown woodnymph because it's being lumped together with the green crown woodnymph. So we have so beautiful birds like the red-capped manakin. Another one that if you, I always tell people to Google red-capped manakin moonwalk, and then you will see where Michael Jackson learned his moonwalk is from this red-capped manakin. I love manakin. They're really amazing. And then of course we had to show you Flash, which is the sloth that they live near the canopy. They always we have right now like 2 of them around the Canopy Tower, and they're very easy. You hardly miss a sloth when you are at the Canopy Tower. A nice view too. This is our dining room. That's where we, after a long and good day of birding, we get together to have dinner, sit down, have some drinks, and then do our checklist at night. So, and Rob is normally in charge of the list. This is the other location, the Canopy Lodge. So the Canopy Lodge is located in the caldera of the dormant volcano. Amazing place. And I love this photo because it shows all the clouds into the caldera there. It's foothills, so it's higher elevation. So here's another photo from the top of the El Valle de Anton. So this is higher elevation, it's foothills, different species, few overlaps with the lowland forest, but some specialties that we look for while we're here. And this is the Canopy Lodge, another great spot, a beautiful location where Sabrewing Nation Tour can take you. Look at this, we have some nice balcony and the fruit feeders. I don't know if some of you are aware, but we have a live, if you go to our website, www.canopytower.com, and you click on the Canopy Lodge, you'll see the link for the live camera with Cornell Lab. And then you can start, before you come to Panama, you can start learning the birds there, moths, some of the tanagers. Look at this, beautiful. This is what we have here is the El Chorro El Macho, which is the waterfall near the Canopy Lodge. And one of the birds that we look for and we hope to see is this beautiful sun bittern. And this makes this long call. Beautiful. Look at the wings. Gorgeous. It looked like the sun when they put it forward and then just kind of add the wings. It's just an amazing and beautiful bird. So when we are at the lodge, actually, a good chance to find some frogs, and this like this one, red-eyed tree frog, gorgeous. Again, we have no TVs in there, so we have big windows and nice balconies, so you can get your binoculars and look around the grounds there. It's a beautiful spot, and the Canopy Tower is more like compact, and the lodge is just big and nice and a lot of rooms in there. So it makes a big difference. Rufous motmot is one of the birds that comes to the feeder almost every day. And look at the serrated bill. So this bird feeds on fruits, but also eats some snakes and lizards. Black-chested jay. If you look at this, a gorgeous jay is quite common around the grounds, and they make this call. Very neat. And another bird we hope to see either at the Canopy Lodge or on our trip to Cerro Azul is this beautiful, tiny Rufous crested coquette. Look at the crest of this bird. just an amazing, and the throat is like bright green. Once you see it, shining with the light. Bay-headed tanager, another bird that do come to the feeder once in a while, but we see it more up in an area called La Mesa Road, Las Minas Road, Altos del Maria, normally in the mixed flocks. Gorgeous. And another species that people hope to see when they are at the Canopy Lodge is this gorgeous toddy mudmud. And they make this call. Very nice. Look at the blue on top of the eye, and that little nice black line through the eye. Gorgeous toddy mudmud. Golden hooded tanager, another bird that we can be seen in lowland or foothills. So it's another species that is so stunning and gorgeous. And of course, one of the hummingbirds that people hope to see when they're at the Canopy Lodge is this white-tipped sickybill. So no, it didn't bend his bill. That's the shape of it. Look at that. And look at the pollen. So they specialize on heliconia plants that have the same shape of the bill. So the trap liner, so if they do come to a heliconia, there's high chances that if you wait there, it'll come back. It might take 2 hours, but it'll come back. Let's see. And then in the eastern part of the country, we have the Canopy Camp. This it was the latest of the lodges that we, that Canopy family decided to do something in the Darién. And one of the reasons is that in Darién, they have been a lot of logging. Right now, there's a lot that they could be not logging for at least 1 more year in the Darién. I hope that this will change. But the whole idea of the Canopy Camp in Darién is also to help the local people, help the local community, because it's important for us that people see the benefit of ecotourism. We have been working with indigenous people from private land, that we pay them to use the land to do some birding. They just have to keep the trail clean, and we just go there. If people see that benefit, they'll protect the forest. So the people need to see the benefit of ecotourism. And this is one of them. By employing people full-time at the lodge is very nice. This is the dining room area. I normally have some hummingbird feeders around, cocktail time, checklist time in there. And here's the tent. Normally when I go to the birding festival, I told people, okay, we have the Canopy Camp in Darién. And people say, no, wait. We don't do that anymore. I said, what are you? No, we don't do camping anymore. So no, we do have the tent. We have everything set up. We have bathrooms. So I had to pull up my computer and show people. So now I have actually a mini presentation about the camp when I go to the festival, so people see what they look like. You don't have to set up anything. Everything is set up. Nice showers. We have been open for about a month now. We have been having few people, and I have this family who came to the camp about 8 days ago. 10 days ago. And it's Anna. Anna is 6 years old. And Anna was so excited about the birds, about the oropendolas at the camp, the monkeys. It was really nice. And it gave me this hope of young people, 6 years old, just enjoying nature. It was fun. She was just, and then she will, it's amazing how 6 years old, how quick they learn, and then they remember things. So it was beautiful. It was a really beautiful experience. She was up early, 6:30 in the morning. She was up birding with me, just there. Or her family, her father, actually, I have to mention this, her father is the Minister of Tourism at Panama. So it was nice that they booked a holiday weekend at the Canopy Camp to take their daughter to enjoy nature and birding. So it was really, really nice. And also it's good for Panama to see that a Minister of Tourism is actually doing tourism, and he's not, and he came, he paid, and then he came to the camp just with his family, and it was nice. And then it was nice to show them birds, and they are really into nature, and I like that. And this is some of the birds that I was watching with Anna that morning. The black-cheeked woodpecker comes to the feeder. Here is Oropendola. This is the crested Oropendola. So in this trip with Sabrewing Nature Tour, if you do the Tower, Lodge, and Camp, the chances that you see the 4 Oropendola actually in Panama, which is the chestnut-headed Montezuma, the black Oropendola, and the crested Oropendola. So here is the capuchin monkeys. They do come almost every day to eat the bananas. These guys, they take, when they go to the banana, they don't take only one. They take 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, they're just amazing. So here is the look of the tents. Yeah, you don't have to bring your bed either. Everything is there. We had 2 different types, a couple of some small ones, some big ones. And one of the things that we have been doing recently at the camp is feeding a king vulture, actually. We put some food out there and black vulture comes in, and then we have recorded up to 5 king vulture in this location, which is really neat. So if you're into photography, it's a really nice spot. I took this with my cell phone and telescope of the king vulture. So it's nice to see this bird. Another one is the black crown ant pita. And this is in a place called Quebrada Felix. And the only downside of this place in Quebrada Felix is that we can only go there during the dry season, because during the rainy season is very hard to get there because it's a muddy road, and it's hard to get the 4x4 there. But it's a beautiful forest in Quebrada Felix. It's really nice, and this black crown ant pita is quite. We see it pretty much all the time. We visit that site actually, and it makes this long call. And then you can multiply that by 10. It's a lot of call. Macaws, some of the macaws that we get see there, like blue and yellow macaws, great green macaw, and the chestnut-fronted macaw. So those are the ones that we get to see in the area. Yes, we do have showers and toilet. Each tent have their own shower and toilet with hot water. It is amazing how your life changed. I went to college in the US for 2 years. I went to Oregon, and I grew up, I lived my whole life taking cold showers early morning and no problem. I lived for 2 years in the US, and that was it. I cannot take cold showers. Now I need hot showers. So at the camp at the beginning, we didn't have hot shower until people start asking for it. And I talked to Raul and I say, look, this is very important. So now we have hot water at the camp, which is really nice to have that. And we do have a contest during your stay there. We ask people what is the best bird they get to see from the shower. Because it's open up to the forest and the sky, so it's beautiful. And sometimes birds come in right into the shower too, like this one. When I was there with the birding last week with the family, this pale belly hermit came right into the bathroom. So you can see that in the mirror, the image of the pale belly hermit. And here is another photo by my friend Rafael Lau. Beautiful. Great cheek nonlet, another species that is Panama and Colombia that we hope to see when we are in the Darién. So there's a lot of species in Darién that we share with Colombia, but there are some areas in Colombia that you cannot have access yet, or the access is very limited or restricted. So Darién is quite nice to see this species. And this one, another near endemic, the spot crown barbet, Panama and Colombia only. And this is what we do when we go to the Darién. Some of the trips to go to the Indian villages to see the harpy eagle require to go in a dugout canoe. And this is basically like the highway for the native people. They run up and down this river every single day. And this is the Chucunaque River, which is the longest river in Panama, over 300 kilometers long. And here is one of the thing that I mentioned earlier, how important it is to involve the community in ecotourism. especially these native people. So one of the things that Sabrewing and Canopy family that we do is that we make sure we visit the villages, we use their trails because they build some beautiful trails to see some beautiful birds. And they also, at the end, people come back and then they help them by buying some of these souvenirs, which is really nice and very, very good prices and beautiful work that they do. So this way they see the benefit of the ecotourism and protecting their forests and the birds. So this is me with, you know, when I don't shave, actually. Yeah, the pandemic. I looked like that earlier. I had to shower and clean up for tonight. Here is the green and rufous kingfisher. When I met these people at the Indian village, they, you know, I talked to them. I said, this is what we wanted to do. We want to bring people here, but we need to have some trails into the forest. And this guy say, well, I can take you to Ansabida Pond. I say, Ansabida. What do you mean with Ansabida? I say, oh, Ansabida in the native, in the Embera language, it means kingfisher. So he said, I'm going to take you to Kingfisher Pond. Oh, Kingfisher Pond. So you see kingfisher there? I said, yeah. They said, yeah, we see the kingfishers. I said, all right, perfect. Let's go there. So we go there. I thought, okay, might be a ring kingfisher, an Amazon kingfisher, you know, or green kingfisher there. So when I go there, the first bird that I get to see is this green and rufous kingfisher, which is one of the hardest ones to find in the Americas. And they say this bird is there almost all the time. So I have missed it very, very rarely in that area. So they keep this area, they keep this beautiful trail, they put some benches in. So it's really a neat place. Another one, the dusky-backed jacamar, very restricted range between Panama and Colombia. And this guy are so good, this native guy are so good. They have learned the call, they have learned the behavior and the habitat they live. So if the birds that we used to see one near the creek or near the river, and the trees got washed down by the heavy rain. And about 5 years ago, one habitat that we used to visit, so they relocated like 3 different pairs along the river in a different area. So that's really good. I was so proud of them because they learn so quick and they know the key species that we're looking for, some of the target birds that we're looking for when we are in Darién. And this is one of them, the dusky-backed jacamar. And another target species is the black oropendola, Panama and Colombia only. And this is a bird that we can see along the Pan American Highway, at the end of the Pan American Highway in Javisa town, feeding on the banana trees and the plantain trees. So it's really, really neat. This year now, during the pandemic, we planted about 600 plantains and bananas at the camp in one area that it was a cattle pasture there. So we just planted that. So hopefully we get black oropendola coming to the camp. That's our main goal. And then we can eat plantains too at the same time. Striped-cheeked woodpecker, another endemic. And this one can be seen in Quebrada Felix and also at another beautiful place that we visit on our return back to Panama City from the camp is called San Francisco Reserve. It's a beautiful reserve, and this bird is possible there, and also in Cerro Azul. So there's high chances to see this endemic species. This one, the red-billed sightbill, another bird that we hope to see every time we go to the camp. It's a wood creeper, but look at that bill, that shape of the bill, just an amazing bird. Choco ciristes, another species that is the eastern part of the country. This used to be my nemesis bird for many, many, many years. Sometimes people see it rarely at the Pipeline Road. And I remember during the early years, everybody started seeing this bird on Pipeline Road, and I kept missing it until I went to Darién, and I finally got to see this bird actually in San Francisco Reserve. And since then, I see it all the time now. Beautiful, beautiful flycatcher, Choco ciristes. Of course, one of the big targets for people when they come to Panama or to the Darién lowland is our national bird, the harpy eagle. Is one of the most powerful bird of prey in the world. amazing bird. And then this young one is the nest that we have been visiting, or we visit the, last time we went there was March. I'm hoping to go there in the next week or two, back to the site to visit this family who locate a nest about 4 kilometers from their house, which is a nice walk actually. This is probably now like 8 months old now, this harpy eagle. Here's the adult. Look at this beautiful, look at the talents of this bird. It's an amazing bird. And harpy eagle, it takes them about 3 years until the young one leave the nest. And that's why they can be easily endangered, because it takes a long time to raise a young one. And they normally have they lay 2 eggs, but one survive most of the time. Beautiful bird. Every time I see a harpy eagle, it is I have one of those moments that I say, wow, this is amazing. It just makes me feel so happy and excited at the same time. Another one that is not as common, I should say, is the crested eagle. It was one of my nemesis bird until I finally got to see it along the Chucunaque River. And this boatman, he told me that he's seen this bird, and he took us there to see it. So I went there with a couple of friends. I went to along the Chucunaque River, and I got to see a young one, crested eagle. And I said, wow, I'm hoping to look at the adults. And the guy told me like, well, we need to leave after 10 minutes that we were there. I say, what? He said, yeah, we need to get out of here. And I said, no, I don't want to. I want to wait for the adults. He said, well, we need to leave because the tide is coming in, and the tide comes in, this is gonna get full of water, the whole area here. And I say, well, this guy just, he just got his money for the trip, and now he want me to leave this place. I said, no, I'm gonna wait for 10 more minutes, all right? And he's like, well, I'll be waiting for you guys in the boat. And I say, okay. So I waited there. I stayed there for about 30 minutes. When I look around me, there was water everywhere. So I have water up to my actual waist. So I got back there. I had to apologize to him because I thought that he was lying, or he was just, he just wanted to leave and say, oh, I show you the bird and then you have to leave. But yeah, I went back, and then I got to see the adult later on. And actually there's a Dartmoor of the crested eagle in that area, which they have been nesting there for the last 7 years now. But we don't know much information about the crested eagle because it's a hard bird to study. So hopefully in the Darién, with all the nests that we have been locating, we can learn more about these birds and the habitat and the nesting behavior. Beautiful. So hopefully you can join us. And here we are. This is Rob and I this year again, in March, when we went, that was March? No, that was February. March came back with our friend from Germany. So this is what happened in the Canopy family. You become family. So I'm really happy to be here with you guys, sharing the love of birds with everybody. And thank you to my friend from Sabrewing for this wonderful opportunity. And I hope to see you in Panama. And if you have any question, please ask.
So we had one come across the chat as you were talking. They wanted to know what the best months to visit are.
Okay, birds are in Panama year around, right? If you do want to go to the best month, dry season is really nice. So January, February, March, a really nice month to be in Panama. We get some migrants, we have the local birds. Some of my favorite month, I would say, is July, August, September for the local birds. And then we got the migration, some of the birds coming into Panama. But for no rain, well, I shouldn't say no rain because it rains in Panama almost year round, but not as hard as October and November, when it's our great migration time, the hot migration in Panama. But I will, if you want to escape from the cold temperature, I will say come to Panama during January, February, March, and April, actually. Good month.
Fantastic. Yeah, great time there. And I've always really enjoyed that second window that you said, that July,
Yeah, that's
August,
one of my,
September, really
yeah,
fantastic time as
yeah,
well, that I've
I
always
love this
really
month.
liked.
Yeah.
Do we have other questions for Carlos?
Anybody, if you can turn your mic on too.
You can turn your mic on or send it through the chat and I will ask it either way.
Oh, let me just stop sharing my screen now. So you guys can be there.
Lots of comments about bringing back a lot of memories from past trips. We have several people that have been on.
So anybody here who have been in Panama, you can, if you have been in Panama, if you can share your experience here with everybody. This is you know, you can let us know. I know Pat's been there.
we have quite a few people that have been, because I see the Ristows are there, and I know that Karen Zach is on the call. Lots of people that have been. So great memories for everyone brought back through the pictures.
Yeah, and you can also check the Sabrewing webpage to see the trips, the next trip to Panama. And yeah, so.
Yeah, Carlos and I just got done planning our next one, hoping that things clear up by later in 2021. So we will be doing a trip starting September 14th, visiting all the lodges. So check that out on our website, sabrewingnaturettours.com. And you can always also, if you're looking to escape quicker, Panama is getting back open. So you can always do reservations straight through Canopy Tower if you're interested in getting there before group travel has really come back yet. So definitely get in touch with Carlos if that's something you're considering trying to get out of here during the upcoming winter months here in the US.
So either way, here or to Sabrewing Nature Tour, we'll be happy to have you. You know, we, for the first time this week, actually, we have the 3 international travelers. We have 2 ladies from California who are in Panama now. They just arrived at the tower today from the lodge. And it's nice, you know, we're taking all the precaution of we still have to be very careful with the COVID because it's still around. It haven't disappeared. And then, so we are taking all the measurements to make sure it's safe for our clients and our staff too. And so far, all our staff have been healthy. No one have been sick, and we're keeping our finger crossed. So most of them are at home. We have very few working right now. So hopefully, little by little, when things get better, we can have more of them back into their job.
So we actually ended up with a couple other questions, Carlos. Someone asked, is hiking involved to see certain species? So how much hiking is involved during trips? That's kind of the question, I think.
Tower and Lodge, there's some nice birding walk, very easy and everything. The camp there's a lot of places that you can go and very easy. But if we talk about harpy eagle, if we talk about dusky back, jacamar, and things like that, it requires some good hikings. And I mean, no, we don't run there. We make sure everybody gets there. Easy to do. I can tell you, my friend Penny, who is what's Penny now? Penny should be like in there, almost the 90s now. She made it to the Harpy Eagle, to see the Harpy Eagle. Amazing experience and amazing trip we had. So yeah, so we made sure, you know, we people in the Darién keep hydrated because it can be hot there when you're doing the tour. But most of our tours are very easy paced. You know, there's nothing like we're gonna be running or chasing everything. And we're trying to make a fun experience and a good trip, and to see some beautiful and good birds. That's always our main target.
Yeah, it's a great place to not have to hike a ton and still get a really amazing species list. A couple more questions. I'll ask one of them, 2 of them kind of together. Oh wow, we got several things popping in. I had a question about any suggestions for first-time visitors, and then as well as how long of a trip do you think is best for first-timers?
Okay, first-timer, I would say just come for a week. A week is a good time to come. If you're the first time, and then come for a week, and then you can experience it. I would recommend you, if you come for the first time, to come either Tower or Lodge, or you can divide it between those 2. So that's what we do with Sabrewing Nature Tour. We break into the Tower and Lodge, and then we had a extension to the camp, if I'm correct.
Not this time, but we have in the past. Yeah.
In the past, yeah. But yeah, so that's a week. You can get a good number of species and a good feeling of the area, and it's fun. You're gonna just be ready for a good time. We will pick you up at the airport. Meal, lodging, guiding, transportation is included.
Perfect. Someone did ask, what do you feel is the best time for the Darién?
Darién is, if I have to go to Darién, if I want to go to the spot to see the harp eagle and everything, I will go in the dry season, which is late December, January, February, March. The rainy season is a great spot. It's really nice, but it limits our access to certain areas. I mean, we still have a good time. We still see a lot of birds, but it is better during those months to have access to different areas as well. It's a dry season.
All right. I think I got through all the questions. There were a lot of people writing in. Let's see. How different are the birds between Mark, can you ask that question again? I'm not sure what the end of the question was. Mark Shieldcastle.
Yeah, just was wondering how different are the birds' behavior and listing like that between going in the dry season and I think dry season would be March or February, March.
Yeah.
And then like you're in a September trip.
Yeah. February, March, you say, right?
Yeah. So he's asking kind of like how it's actually pretty similar, like migration wise, at least between the two. You're just getting the reversal.
Yeah, but the one thing that is very important during the dry season when you go to Darién is impressive. If you go there now, you look at the forest, everything is green, everything is beautiful. It is really nice. If you go in the dry season, we have a lot of deciduous trees, so the forest, you're like, wow, what happened here? Like, look like everything is dead. But it's a good chance to see understory birds and to find birds perched on the branches and the trees and everything. But it's totally different. Dry season and the view. I love the green season. I love going to the camp and seeing all the beautiful vegetation and everything. But for the birding, the dry season is the best. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We appreciate you coming out for you joining in for our Sabrewing programs that we've been offering. We just find that it's a fun way to keep in touch with everyone while we're all kind of shut down from traveling right now, and help you learn about some potential trips in the future. We will have another program next Wednesday, actually. One of our guides, Tyler Ficker, is going to be presenting on a very different climate than Carlos presented on tonight. He's going to talk about winter birding in northern Minnesota. So totally different idea. We can take Carlos there and freeze him out. But check that out on our website as well, and we will be announcing more and more talks coming up. So thanks for joining us tonight, and we're really glad to have you here, and hope you all enjoyed.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rob.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.